Previously on the Rod Pedersen Show.
What is with the bad CFL games? Because there are issues in the CFL, and listen, you're on this show with me every day. I'm going out of my way, Moose, to steer clear of the issues of what I know there are for the CFL. Obviously, financial issues, COVID issues, all the rest. They're not helping themselves by games like that. So I guess my question to you is, what's the deal with low scoring, no big plays in the CFL?
And that's never, that I can remember, it's never really been the CFL's issue. You know, no matter what the league's, shape is financially, no matter what the business model is, no matter how many fans are in the stands, the CFL's always been, for me and a lot of football fans, the most entertaining brand of football, right? Big plays, lots of drama, talk about the final 3 minutes and all that can happen. No lead is safe, big plays, the kick returns, all of that. And it's been a tough season. And that's, you could, probably chalk some of this up to the layoff. You really probably could. There's been some movement. They haven't been on the field a lot. You can chalk it up to that a little bit. But now we're 7 games in, right? We're midway point of the season. It's time to start seeing some of these things, unfold a little bit and start to see this game, because it's not the game that we remember it. At least it wasn't last night.
Get ready for the Rod Pedersen Show.
Buffalo Sabres center Jack Eichel failed his pre-training camp physical and was placed on injured reserve this morning, leaving the two sides no closer to a resolution over how to treat a herniated disc, which has sidelined the player for 6 months. The player has also been stripped of his captaincy. People think because it's the NHL, you must automatically know what you're doing, and Kevin Adams clearly doesn't know what he's doing.
It's sunny Florida with the Rod Pedersen Show.
It absolutely is. Thank you very much, Rick Regan. Welcome to a FlameTech Football Friday. We are coming to you from Dodge City again, and ready to talk sports for the next 2 hours. Predominantly football, as we said. Brought to you by FlameTech. And although we have some interesting hockey notes to get to here in the warm-up, brought to you by E-Cold Electric. Coming up on the program today, our NFL Insider, Tori Gurley, Green Bay Packers and Cleveland Browns alum. And the owner of the BC Lions, Amar Doman. Man, have they caught fire on a Lions game day. Lions Rough Riders tonight under the orange top. Amar Doman's going to be with us. And from what I understand, the Moose is not only loose, he has just joined us in the bunker back in the Queen City. What's up? What's going on, Moose?
Just busy. You know how it is. Well, life is, it's good. I was doing what you did. About a week and a half ago at the bank, right? One of those, I'm going to be there right before 10 o'clock because the bank only opens when it opens.
And was there a lineup?
There was a lineup, and it was not moving, and it's like 9:45, right, or 12:15 Eastern, and I'm like, this line's not moving, and I'm on the phone with Morgan, and then all of a sudden it moved really quickly, and I got out of there with 10 minutes to spare, so I hustled over, and away we go.
Now you know how I felt.
Yes.
Last week, getting ready to come down here. Yeah, sweating a little bit. Sweating for different reasons. Well, I'll tell you what. Can you hit the Quick Six show horn, please, Director Jordan, if you don't mind? Thank you. I have as my number 5 show topic, NHL Notes, Moose, and I can't wait because I got a report from Columbus this morning. And it's like, any of you people that are watching across North America and you have training camp, NHL training camp report news that you want to blurt out, fire it at me now. My personal text line, the Prairie Mobile text line, YouTube, Facebook comment section, whatever, get after it. Because here's the report I got from Columbus this morning. Cole Sillinger, quote, has been outstanding so far, unquote. The last 2 days in camp, he's been centering Patrick Laine and Voracek in Columbus. Cole Sillinger center and Voracek. He's 18 years of age, Moose, and an NHL rookie. And he sat on that chair that you're sitting in right now and said he's going to Columbus to make the team. And I joked about him playing on a line with Line. I was joking. And Brad Larson has him on the top line.
It's unbelievable. But the kid, we talk about, when I was back covering the league on Shaw, back when they had the games, there was the big three young kids, and Kirby Doc was one, Peyton Krebs was the other, and Dylan Cousins was the third. And we talked about, well, who's the best? Well, it's, high-end talent, it's Kirby Doc. And, who's the smartest, the biggest leader? It was Krebs. But who's the most pro-ready? And that was Cousins because of his physical attributes. And that's where I put Cole Sillinger as the most pro-ready because he's big, he can skate, he can move, he's got the strength to play at that level. So it wouldn't surprise me if he can step right in and play some meaningful minutes with Columbus. But that's pretty outstanding with Voracek and Laine, no doubt.
And like I say, if you want to send me a training camp update from your favorite NHL team, I'd be more than willing to dole it out here on the air. So, So point one of my quick six is Thursday Night Football. The Carolina Hurricanes knocking off the Houston Texans 24-9 last night. I'm not sure how you felt. We said the line was 8. They ended up winning by almost 2 touchdowns. Sam Darnold threw for 304 yards, ran for 2 touchdowns, and that was the score, 24-9 Carolina over the Houston Texans. They lost Christian McCaffrey, Carolina did in the process. So that is whatever the opposite of a silver lining is. That happened in the second quarter. Panthers 3-0 for the first time since 2015 when they opened the season 14-0 and reached the Super Bowl. He's the first Panthers quarterback since Cam Newton. You don't have to go back too far to throw for 300 yards and rush for 2. But my point on all this before we move on to the CFL is we're talking about all these great, exciting young quarterbacks, first-round picks this year. Justin Fields going to get his first start. Trevor Lawrence is doing his thing in Jacksonville. Trey Lance, Mac Jones. Let's talk about the vindication of guys like Sam Darnold. Who's the guy that you would like to see the most be vindicated? He probably would be number one at the top of my list, and danged if he isn't apparently a pretty good quarterback, Moose.
He'd be number one on a lot of people's lists, I think. I mean, it's unbelievable watching him have this success. But, when you have the tools, he's got the athleticism, he's got the arm strength, he's got accuracy. He can make plays. Sometimes you got to let that develop a little bit. And, when it wasn't happening in New York, there's a tough situation. Coaching was an issue. Weapons were an issue. Protection was an issue. And it's really hard. You got to put players in positions to have success. Well, he's growing, and the more he develops and the longer his career goes, he's good enough to have success. So watching him run for a couple of touchdowns and throw for 300 yards, and I think one of those was with no helmet on, too. Like, he has found a rhythm, and he's in a great system because guess what? You've got that unbelievable security blanket that is Christian McCaffrey to just take all the pressure off, too, and he can just go back there and throw. And then when McCaffrey goes out, Chuba Hubbard played well. I think he had 11 carries for 50-some yards. I mean, he moved the ball pretty well. Carolina is no joke right now, and their defense is playing pretty good. So it's good to be Sam Darnold these days. But if you want another name, the other name that I wish would step up and have some success in another market would be Gardner Minshew. I'd love to see him get another shot, because, he got completely cast aside in Jacksonville.
Well, maybe that would be a good poll question. Who's the quarterback you're hoping the most for vindication? We have another poll question, which we will get to in a moment, but I'm thinking also Carson Wentz in Indy, but he can't stay healthy. So, anyways, moving on. Point 2, Friday Night Football in the Canadian Football League, because let's be honest, we are Canada's daytime sports talk show for now, and it's our Friday Night Football doubleheader. It's the Montreal Alouettes at the Toronto Argonauts. The Alouettes go in 2-3. The Argos are 3-3. So this game tonight is for second place in the Eastern Division. And to be honest, I don't know where you are, Moose, on this, but it's a 14-game shortened season. I had the season broken up into thirds, 5, 5, and 4. Maybe it's like a baseball season where you want to split it up 7 and 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, right. So this one tonight, it's like, is it still early? Are we at the evaluation point? Where are we? I don't know. But McLeod Bethel-Thompson gets the start for the Argos tonight in a pretty exciting game against Montreal. And then before I get your thoughts on that game, Canada's game of the week is tonight at BC Place in a battle of 4-2 teams. The BC Lions home to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I was reading the game notes. I'm telling you, I am uber prepared for the show today, Moose. So if you forget anything, I got you.
Good.
The Riders have won 7 in a row against the BC Lions, their longest winning streak against BC since 1972. And they went to the Grey Cup that year, by the way, and lost to the Hamilton Tiger Cats in Hamilton. But anyways, and Cody Fajardo's won, he's 4-0 against the BC Lions career. So both games tonight have considerable intrigue in the Canadian Football League. So let's go.
I like how you said 72. In Hamilton, lost to Hamilton in the Grey Cup. Like, is this stars aligning for that to happen again? I mean, it's kind of too creepy. But, you know, you go back to Toronto and Macbeth getting the start. I've always been a fan of his. You know, I think he's a good quarterback. I hope that leads to success for the Argonauts. But you know what? I can feel where you are because it feels early. It feels like we just started. That's because we did less than a month ago, right? But yet we're sitting here with, you know, the halfway point of the season already upon us. And it's like, well, when you talk about that, it's not early anymore. This is the middle. This is it. You are what you are now. There's no, well, we haven't figured ourselves out yet. I mean, you have some time to reinvent yourself a little bit down the stretch, get hot, a la the Toronto Blue Jays. So, but it's time. Like, with every game that goes by now, your chances of turning things around, if you're not in a good spot, go way down. So it feels early. The fans feel early because they've been to 1 or 2 games, and you know it feels really early in the season. It's not. This is a short year. It's not early anymore.
By the way, the warm-up is brought to you by eCall Electric. Our annual fall promotion sale is on now with special pricing on hundreds of in-stock items. eCall Electric. Let's get to work. To point 3. Baseball, Nick Gordon drove in 4 runs, and Michael Pineda won his 3rd straight start as the Minnesota Twins beat Toronto 7-2. To bump the Blue Jays back in the AL wildcard race, the loss was costly for Toronto, which fell a full game behind New York for the 2nd spot and 3 games behind wildcard leader Boston. I'm going to roll this next item into point 3, and that is Jays reliever Ryan Baraki has been suspended for 3 games by Major League Baseball for intentionally hitting Tampa Bay's Kevin Kiermaier with a pitch in the latest salvo in a spat between these 2 division rivals. All I'm going to say is, because I don't know how many times I've said I'm a hockey and football guy. I'm a Jays fan, but I'm not in the roller coaster. I'm not in the elevator. Like, how are you dealing with the win one, lose one, win one, lose one nature of how this regular season is ending? Because if I was a die-hard Jays fan, I don't know, Darren, if I would be able to handle it.
I know. And it's a little bit, you know, it's got to be nerve-wracking, and it is nerve-wracking as a Jays fan. You know, I'm watching these games both as an analyst but also as a fan. And I sit here being like, look at guys, you did all this work. You did all the work to climb back into the race. Don't just blow it now. You know, and right now it looks like they're a team that just, you know, took their foot off the gas. When you talk about, you know, teams climbing their mountain, you know, when you've climbed your mountain and then you can kind of relax a little bit once you get to the top, it feels like getting back into the race was the Jays climbing their mountain. Well, no, your mountain won't be done until at least you get into the playoffs and then win in the playoffs. You got to continue to keep the pedal to the metal. So it's a little adversity for Toronto. You just can't let the skid last too long, because I consider 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down a bit of a skid for this group.
I feel like we will spend more time next segment on these NHL training camp notes plus football. But moving on to point 4, this is for you. And I didn't mean to catch you off guard, but I think you can handle it. The Ryder Cup is underway on a chilly morning at Whistling Straits, engulfed by horseshoe-shaped stands with thousands of fans chanting, USA, USA. It teed off in 50-degree Fahrenheit weather. Sergio Garcia led off the day's first foursomes match with a tee shot up against the lip of the bunker left of the fairway. Garcia and John Rahm, each from Spain, were facing Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth in today's first match. Thomas placed his opening tee shot right in the middle of the fairway. You probably know the next match is between Dustin Johnson and Colin Morikawa of the United States and Paul Casey and Victor Hovland of Europe. The other matches pit Brooks Koepka and Daniel Berger against Lee Westwood and Matt Fitzpatrick, and Patrick Cantley and Xander Schauffele against Rory McIlroy and Ian Poulter. The U.S. is trying to recapture the cup after losing in Paris 3 years ago. Europe has won the Ryder Cup in 9 of the last 12 meetings. Where are you on this, Darren? Because my golf guys are just super geeked up about this. This feels like beyond the Masters. If the Masters is the Super Bowl, is this the Grey Cup of golf going on this weekend at Whistling Straits?
It might be, or this is like the Olympics of golf. That's maybe what I would, it's kind of doesn't come around all that often, and it's fun. The Ryder Cup is great, and, there's a couple of matchups I'm looking at or guys I'm interested, because I'm a fan. Xander Schauffele's one. I'm a fan of his. And, of course, all the eyes right now are on the Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau thing, because they're on the same team, and we're wondering, are they going to get paired together, right? Are they ever going to play a match together? How are these dinners? Are they getting along? All these other things. And I think they're turning the corner a little bit. They're hinting that something's planned, and I feel like the heel turn is coming, or the opposite of that, right, where they come together. But we're watching it with intent. This is, pitting the United States, right, against the rivals, and it's golf's greatest match because it's fun. It's different than what we see. It's not just stroke play for 4 days. We get to play a little best ball, some alternate shot. We get to play, a few different formats. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'll have my eyes in and out of it. It's going to be a busy sports weekend, but you're right, the golf people. And this kind of translates out of golf, right? It comes back out into mainstream, and it's fun.
We are 4 topics through the Quick 6 show topics here. The warm-up's brought to you by eCall Electric. Our annual fall promotion sale is on now with special pricing on hundreds of in-stock items. eCall Electric, let's get to work. And I'll tell our viewers that when we come back, here are my points. Obviously, NHL notes with training camps open. And I mentioned I got the report from Columbus. Let's see what other reports have come in from our fine viewers. Canada West weekend, opening weekend in university football in Western Canada. And we'll get all of these NFL and CFL notes because it is a FlameTech Football Friday. So we're broadcasting from Dodge City. Dupes is in the bunker. We'll be right back. You're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
HSBC Canada Sevens is coming to Edmonton for a legendary weekend on and off the field. Commonwealth Stadium, September 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at canadasevens.com.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience.
It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. FlameTech Football Friday continues from Dodge City, and the Moose is in studio at home in the bunker and kind of gravitating towards what our viewers want to talk about. That's what we do here. I brought up that Saskatchewan has won 7 consecutive games over the BC Lions, longest winning streak against BC since 1972 when the Riders went to the Grey Cup. Larry Dye, watching in Medicine Hat, says, don't remind me of the 72 Grey Cup. And Wayne in Victoria, BC, if you saw his comment, Moose, said something, because you guys must be old. If you remember the early 70s Ryder games, I can't believe there's that many old guys like me. No, I don't remember it, but as voice of the team for 20 years, I went back and watched all those games so as to learn the history and ensconce myself in Ryder lore. I was born in 1972, okay? And Moose, you didn't come along till far, far, far after that. Any comments, Moose, that popped into your head before I move on from the opening segment? Anything you'd like to get off your chest?
No, I'm okay right now. I'm just I'm looking forward to where we're going to go from here. But yeah, the 72 Grey Cup. No, I was not around for that.
No, not at all. So I asked our viewers for NHL training camp news. If you have any that you'd like to pass along, Todd Pinkney, one of our P1s, which so many people have asked me, what's P1 stand for? Priority 1 viewers, guys that watch every day, and gals. They're all in our P1 club. Pinkney sends a note. Unsigned restricted free agents Elias Pedersen, Quinn Hughes, and Brady Tkachuk are all skating together in Michigan while they await their contract situations to get resolved. I'll say that again, Elias Pedersen, Quinn Hughes, and Brady Tkachuk. So NHL training camps are opening. Those guys aren't in them. And this from Philly, an emotional Kevin Hayes said his late brother Jimmy was someone he looked up to his entire life. He was a special person. He really enjoyed life and helping others. Jimmy Hayes passing away here. What was it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And Kevin Hayes living with Keith Yandel. So that in Philly. So that was addressed at Philadelphia's training camp. And I'll just say this. I'm really looking forward to Sunday's doubleheader between the Nashville Predators and the Florida Panthers here, Moose. I'm ensconced. Look it up. Twice I've used that term today. In these Florida Panthers, their 28th season. I'm all over it. And they might become my team, maybe even usurping the Vegas Golden Knights. So there's some training camp notes there from the NHL. So if anybody else wants to pass them along, by all means, fire them my way. Chris Bird is watching in King City, Ontario. He says, very excited to watch the Argos battle the Owls tonight. Going to be interesting with an injury-plagued Argos team. Which VA is going to show up this week? Well, we'll find out tonight. Last I saw, I believe the Argos were favored. I'd have to go back and look at betregal.net. Simone Deschênes, watching in Quebec, says, go Owls for tonight. And William in Lloydminster, Canada's only border city, says the Riders game tonight will be close and they will win by a field goal in the last few seconds. Well, let me go to the big board because I had the betregal.net odds written down. Moose, as you know, betregal.net, the exclusive betting partner of the Rod Pedersen Show. You remember what they were? I got it. Argos by 1.5 tonight over the Alouettes. BC Lions by 1 over the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Those are the odds from BetRegal.net for tonight. And listen, because you're going to be on the road today after the show, opening weekend in Canada West football, Canadian University football, Saskatchewan at Calgary, Regina Rams at Manitoba, and the UBC Thunderbirds at Alberta Golden Bears. Do you want to scintillate our viewers with your role on opening weekend in the Canada West, Moose?
Yeah, I'll be calling play-by-play from Winnipeg. So I'll be at the stadium for the Rams and Bisons, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be their lead play-by-play voice for the Canada West this season on your television sets all across Western Canada and at CanadaWest.tv, so you can follow along. Looking forward to that. We're already getting the invites from Winnipeg to go back to Hooters and go to different places. So that's coming in this morning on Twitter. But it should be a fun season. The coaches poll came out just a day ago. Calgary picked to finish number 1 by the coaches, Saskatchewan number 2. And when it comes to first place votes, the Dinos got 3 first place votes. The Huskies got the other 2. So it's looking like a Calgary-Saskatchewan conference. But look out for Regina, look out for the Manitoba Bisons, and you can never count out Alberta and UBC. So it should be a fun year.
Nice little preview there from you.
Thank you,
my friend. Craig Campbell, watching from the Hockey Hall of Fame in downtown Toronto, says, Argos, tailgate, and game tonight. Looking forward to seeing Big Play VA in action for the Owls. Some people are getting excited for the game. Ray in the 6, Southern Ontario, writing in on the Prairie Mobile text line. He says, Hi, Rod. I was a little disappointed the other day when Charlie Montoyo did not get a little more fired up during the fracas with the Rays. I kind of like Pete Walker's reaction. We need a little bit more of that. Going to the Argos game tonight. Go Argos! Have a good weekend. I feel like we might want to change this from Canada's daytime sports talk show to Moose, where Argos fans come to talk.
I know, right?
I feel like I got them all. We got them all here. Yeah.
Where else do they go, right? So it could absolutely be where Argo fans come to talk. That could be a segment. We could get it sponsored. We could tell them all to gather around at 12:25 Eastern every Friday, and we'll do 5 minutes of Argo chat. I don't know.
How about that? From the Puck and Pigskin podcast, Jason in Red Deer says BC versus Saskatchewan, America's CFL team versus Canada's CFL team. I think he's talking about the boys from the Markcast, that XFL podcast in Seattle. They've adopted the BC Lions as their team. And, of course, Saskatchewan Roughriders, long known as Canada's team, as coined by me. Jeff, the Stamps fan, has chimed in. He's back. Rumors of his demise greatly exaggerated. Jeff, the Stamps fan, says, I'm back on Facebook. In my opinion, the comments here are far better than those on YouTube, which is something I enjoy. Is there a difference between YouTube and Facebook commenters? I don't know.
Yeah, different people in different groups. What I can tell you and remind you, it's a great time to remind you that eventually they'll all be the same, because soon, in the coming weeks, we will be going exclusively on YouTube Live. So hopefully the commenters from Facebook will migrate over, and the comments on YouTube will be just as good.
Exclusively for streaming, but we'll still be on
That's
Game
right.
Plus television.
That's right.
Right? And I'll be spending the weekend, just so you know, which I guess I told you on the phone this morning, trying to figure out which venues will be broadcasting the show from next week. Probably we'll be back here at Dodge City, maybe the Beach House, but we've got a Greek restaurant that's invited us to come down, a couple of sports bars. Word gets around fast around here, Moose. From Tacona Powley in Winnipeg says, Rod changes colors like a chameleon, LOL. How about that? Hashtag Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights. Look, wow, I move fast too. And the Florida Panthers have accredited me for the entire season. I'm going to be the Florida Panthers insider now. Watch out for that. I'm going on 2 podcasts next week, the New York Broadway Hat podcast and the Oilers Live podcast, to talk about the Florida Panthers. Why wouldn't I? The poll question today, by the way, guys, came from Clark. And it's brought to you by Capital Automall Universal Collision Center. Which 2-0 NFL team will go to 3-0 this week. Your options are the 49ers, Cardinals, Raiders, or Broncos. And the 49ers got Green Bay at Levi Stadium. The Cardinals go to Jacksonville. The Raiders host the Miami Dolphins, and it's the Broncos versus the New York Jets. So it's a bit of a cream puff schedule for all of these teams, except for the 49ers, who have Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. But just so you know, on Twitter, the Arizona Cardinals are leading the way with 42% of the vote. And on Facebook, Moose, what's it say? It's a little dark on my end.
Yeah, Raiders have 35%. Cardinals have 30%. So slight edge to Derek Carr and the Raiders.
Well, and again, you were at the bank this morning. You were a little late. Clark and I were discussing this because both the LA Rams and Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 2-0, but they play each other. They're going to cannibalize each other. And I have not looked at the Fox broadcast schedule, but I would think Buccaneers-Rams would qualify as America's game of the week. Is there a better matchup than that one?
There's not. That's the matchup of the week. Thursday, Sunday, Monday, doesn't matter. That's the game of the week. We'll all have our eyes on that one for sure, LA and Tampa. And I don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, that's a flip a coin match for me. The fact that it's on the West Coast maybe gives the edge to the Rams. But that has to be America's game of the week. I haven't looked at the television schedule either, though.
Well, it's the one that I'm most interested in, other than the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles, of course, in prime time. Happy Friday, Rod and Dupes. Sean in Vancouver here. I'm going to the game tonight with the boys. Can't wait. Go Riders. And is Moose drinking a glass of wine? Talk about tailgating early. Love it, Moose. That? LOL. What? Can you hold your glass up? I haven't even noticed what you're rocking there.
It's coffee. So I came in so fast, I didn't have time to make coffee, so I threw some coffee beans in a French press, and I had coffee just in time for the opening segment. So it's just a little, I don't know what you want to call it. Just a cup, coffee cup. Handleless coffee cup.
Hey, by the way, Larry Dye in Medicine Hat writes that he says, Rod looked good in that Dolphins shirt. Going to buy one. Look, we talked about this last week before I even came down here, Moose, but I'll reiterate it now that I'm here. They get it down here. They get marketing. They get heat.
Yeah.
They get chutzpah. They get pizzazz. So they know to hook me up with some tickets and accommodations. It's a 2-hour commercial for their teams or their restaurants every day on national television and streaming. They get it. So I'm not necessarily a Dolphins fan, but I love the shirt too. And they get it. It's just in Canada, I don't know if they'll ever get it or if they ever did get it. I don't think they ever did get it in Canada. I mean, down here, it's just so second nature to them in terms of just getting in front of people and marketing. And yeah. From Monty, you know Monty. When are you coming home, Rod? Why does he care so much? He can watch me he can watch me every single day. Why does it matter, Monty? Listen, don't worry about it. From Jeff Kozak on Facebook, this show is better than watching Colin Cowherd. Rod, you talk to the people. That's the difference. I would say Colin Cowherd talks at the people. We talk with the people, Moose. What do you think?
Right.
Do you see the difference?
No, and that's a great way to describe it. And I'm a fan of, obviously, our show and his show. And you can't go on the air and try and be somebody else. We got to do our thing, right? And we enjoy talking with the viewers and talking about what we like to talk about and talking to each other and doing our own brand of sports talk. And hopefully people like it. They seem to. He'll do his own brand of sports talk, and people will like that also. And that's how we'll kind of live in this market together.
Todd Pinckney, one of our P1s, has written in and asked, what is the line on the Cowboys and the Eagles? And the last I looked was Cowboys by 3, but I just want to see if BetRegal.net has updated that. By the way, BetRegal.net is the official betting partner, exclusive betting partner of the RP Show. Have you been on their site recently, Moose, by the way?
Yeah.
You probably have. On the landing page, they've got our show logo.
It's awesome.
Ahead of everybody else. How about that?
That's really
cool.
cool.
We love us some Bet Regal.
How about that?
Like, my gosh, you can bet on literally everything. It's going to take me a minute to look this up.
Well, and there
Last I looked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Well, we had our meeting with Bet Regal earlier this week, and I know they're off to Hamilton to start looking at where their venue's going to be and their viewer experience place is going to be for the Grey Cup, because they're official betting partner of the Canadian Football League. And so we have an opportunity now. They really, really want us to be a part of what they're doing at the Grey Cup. So they're looking at venues, and we'll keep you guys posted on what the plans look like for December.
I really want to be part of it, too. By the way, it's still Cowboys by 3. Prime time, Monday Night Football. Speaking of prime time, Tori Gurley joins us next. Catch you in a bit, Moose.
Okay, sounds good.
Our NFL insider, Tory Gurley, will be with us right after this break. You're watching a FlameTech Football Friday on the RP Show, on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
In the heat of the summer, familiar sounds, feeling the air, it's the best thing anywhere. Just give me back my game. 'Cause I live for the drama, I live for the emotion. No one can take me down, bring me back my football.
BetRegal.net, exclusive sports gaming partner of the CFL.
Safety is a primary pillar at Core Green. We have core certification. Our workers are following best practices in the industry for safety. We always want to make sure that our contractors, us here at the shop, and our customers can come to work and go home at the end of every day. Give Core Green Systems a call today.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right. Capital is Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalfordlincoln.com to see how we roll and to learn about what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's what you get when you choose Capital Ford Lincoln, Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
At Core Grain, we strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a FlameTech Football Friday. We're at Dodge City in beautiful South Florida. Be here for a while. And listen, we'll get to the viewer comments in a moment. There are a ton viewer takeovers coming up next segment. For now, we have our NFL Insider Tori Gurley, and of course, all of our Friday guests are brought to you by Wheaton Kia. You can find them in North Regina at the corner of Avonhurst and Albert. And Tori, let's start with the Thursday nighter, if you don't mind. The Carolina Panthers going to 3-0 for the first time since 2015. They beat the Houston Texans 24-9 on Thursday Night Football. What did we learn from that football game, and specifically about Sam Darnold?
Man, what I learned is that Rod Pedersen looks like a Florida guy. You look great in that golf shirt.
How about that?
Oh, yeah. Great game yesterday by the Panthers. Those guys went out and handled business. On a short week, Sam Darnold went out and had a decent performance. It was sad to see Christian McCaffrey to go down in the second quarter, and hopefully he can bounce back, as well as the first-round draft pick, J.C. Horn, defensive back. He went out was confirmed that he has a broken foot. But what I saw defensively by the Panthers, those guys get after it. That D-line was ferocious the entire time, and I felt bad for the Texans QB. He was a rookie. He was just trying to do whatever he could do, but at the end of the day, that defense, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships, and that's how Carolina got the win yesterday.
We had some viewers write in earlier and asked, did the Jets give up on Sam Darnold too easily? How would you answer that question?
I would say yes, but they also didn't give him any weapons to work with. The cupboard was bare. So it's kind of hard to ask someone to go out and make plays if you're throwing a journeyman. Give them some guys, invest. Go get your first-round pick at receiver, or go out in free agency and bring guys to New York. But you know what? That was a great thing for him that the team was in a rebuild and they got rid of him, and it was an opportunity for him to come down to Carolina, and the people down here in Charlotte, they love him.
Week 3, Tori, what's the biggest, most intriguing matchup to you?
I say the two biggest games is going to be Rams and Buccaneers, as well as and the next one I would say is Dallas and Philadelphia. I think those games they're marquee matchups. Everybody wants to see Tom Brady going against the Rams. Sean McVay is a great offensive play caller. I think it's going to be a lot of points scored with Antonio Brown coming down with COVID and JPP being out. I think that's going to be huge. I lean towards the Rams in this game. I hate betting against Tom Brady, but I just feel like this is an opportunity for the Rams to show, and flex their muscle. And I think Tom Brady bounces back next week when he goes up to Foxborough and puts up, I think he tries to score 100 on Bill Belichick next week. But I think this week, I would, in my humble opinion, I think the Rams are to play in that game.
Rams favored by 3 last I saw, and I would take that bet at betregal.net, our official betting partner. And obviously the Cowboys are my team. In usual Cowboys fashion, Tori, they could be 2-0. They could be 0-2. That's the enigmatic Dallas Cowboys, as you know. But listen, we just got to spend a minute on your former team, the Packers and the 49ers. If there was a third of the marquee games, would that not be one at Levi Stadium?
Absolutely. Everybody's going to be tuned in because, they want to see what's going on with the Aaron Rodgers drama. He's talking, now he's not, he's walking things back. I just want him to go out there and play ball. I think defensively, they're going to be in a world of trouble. Even though the Packers used to cut the checks, when it comes to being an analyst, the way I see it, their defense is bad. They're really bad. And I think Kyle Shanahan is going to have an opportunity to expose it with the run game. I mean, the Packers struggle with teams that can just bully them. And having a defensive line that the Niners have, as well as a physical O-line, it's just a bad matchup. It goes beyond just Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. You know, those guys up front have to handle business, and if not, it can be a one-sided game.
Tons of questions coming in from our viewers, Tori. A very popular analyst you are. Two of them are regarding Christian McCaffrey being out and Chuba Hubbard stepping in. Nelson Vo, our content coordinator, says Adam Schefter has just announced Christian McCaffrey out for a few weeks with his hamstring injury, and Tacona in Winnipeg wants to know what you think about Chuba Hubbard stepping in there. What a steal of a draft pick that's going to end up being if Chuba really does something in that role.
I loved him at Oklahoma State. I was introduced to him a couple years ago, watching him play out there, and the kid is he's his own version of Christian McCaffrey. You know, they kept it very consistent, just in case if Christian got hurt, they will have someone that can fill in the role, and he's a guy that's very dynamic. You know, he has world-class speed. Yesterday he dropped a touchdown. I was kind of shocked right in the end zone, but I think moving forward with him knowing he's going to get the reps, I think that's going to give him the confidence just to go out there and play like the guy that we know he could play.
Larry in Medicine Hat, Alberta wants to know, hey, Tori, can the Vikings get over the hump and beat the Seahawks? They are one of 7 0-2 teams in the National Football League. What do you see in the Minnesota-Seattle game?
Yes, that's one of my upsets of the week. You know, I have Minnesota handling business at home. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I know everybody is hung up on Seattle and what Russell Wilson does, and arguably he is a MVP caliber type player. But Minnesota, they have a run game, and whenever you have Dalvin, I watched Derrick Henry run for 200+ yards. So that defense is not going to get fixed in a week. So I think Dalvin Cook is going to have his way against that Seattle defense, and I think it's going to be a lot of points scored. But ultimately, I think Kirk Cousins and the Vikings get the win.
Tori, did you say that you're in Charlotte right now?
Well, yes, I'm on out. Well, towards Charlotte, it's Fort Mill, but same area. It's like 10 minutes away.
Okay, well then you're watching a lot of the same football coverage that I am then, and it's week 3, and all anybody wants to talk about is the week 4 matchup of the Buccaneers going into New England with Tom Brady versus Bill. I mean, that's all they're talking about right now. The game isn't until next week. So I'll give you an opportunity. How much are you looking forward to that game? What do you think is going to happen?
That's why I think the Bucs are going to lose. I'm starting to hear things come out of Tom Brady's camp. The trainer, the wife, the dad is saying stuff, and I think when he goes home at night, he has that game circled on the calendar. Like it is a big red marker, and it's highlighted and everything else. So I think they just, they struggle. They might lay an egg, or it might be a tough game in LA. But next week, you can bet the house, the kids, the wife, you can bet everything on Tampa Bay. I know it's personal. And that's one guy that, he wants to go out there and prove to Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick that they made the wrong mistake. And with Mac Jones and the way they're handling business in New England, I think this right here is just Tom Brady's get back, and I'm so excited. Like we all love sports for this reason right here, and I think it's probably going to be one of the most highly televised football games this year.
Well, you know what it's like to be able to or want to shove it down somebody's throat. You did that with Chris Jones and guys like you and Tom Brady. You know what I'm talking about. And hey, CFL. Low-scoring games, not a lot of big plays. In the time that we have left, what is your take on the caliber of play, the quality of play that we're seeing in the CFL right now? The good thing is a lot of parity. The standings are bunched, but the games haven't been that great. What's your take on CFL play to this point?
Yeah, what really gets to me is that, these guys have been on a ball for some time, and they're also competing against the NFL for viewership. And it's tough because, we're all invested in NFL in different type of ways. If it's, fantasy, if it's betting on the games, or if it's just, you being a fan of teams at this time of the year. So, I just want those guys to continue to work hard and stay healthy and put up a good show whenever they can. And if any Canadians, if fans can get out and support the teams, please do it, because I can't imagine like going a year or two without the game and then you show up and you really don't have any support, because that's what kind of affects the performance of those guys.
No doubt. Hey, I'll give you a minute to plug Home Field Advantage because it looks like it's cooking there. Tell our viewers what you got going on with Home Field Advantage.
Yes, sir. Busy day today and tomorrow, sending kids all over. Got kids on visits at South Carolina, Ohio State, Penn State, UNC Charlotte, and Georgia. Some kids are going down to Georgia Tech. They're playing in the Georgia Dome, the new Mercedes-Benz Dome. So it's extremely busy, and Kim is keeping me. She's keeping me busy with the baby as well. So I've been running a lot of errands, and she loves this smoothie place down the street. So I literally have been running back and forth there to keep her happy and rubbing her feet. So y'all just pray for me over here, man. We got a pregnant lady in the house.
I'm praying for you, and it is your mother-in-law's birthday today, so I hope you called her, Tori. And I know you did. Okay, there's a million
absolutely.
NFL analysts out there. You are the best of all of them. Thank you for this. Thanks for fitting us in. Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you for having me, and I need to get down to Florida to see you.
Yeah, I'll be here. Look me up. You got my number. Tori Gurley,
Yes,
our
sir.
NFL insider, checking in from Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll be back with the Moose. 3 full segments coming up with the Moose. You're watching a FlameTech Football Friday here on the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Peterson Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now.
Safety is a primary pillar at Core Green. We have core certification. Our workers are following best practices in the industry for safety. We always want to make sure that our contractors, us here at the shop, and our customers can come to work and go home at the end of every day. Give Core Green Systems a call today.
HSBC Canada Sevens is coming to Edmonton for a legendary weekend on and off the field. Commonwealth Stadium, September 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at canadasevens.com.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Prairie Mobile is your SaskTel authorized dealer. Whether you're looking for talk, text, or data, shared, unlimited, or business plans, Prairie Mobile will help you find the SaskTel wireless plan that's right for you. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Number 16. A legend throws 713 yards in a single pro football game.
A legend wins 3 Grey Cup MVP awards.
Allen looking deep. A legend scores 1,209 points in 1,127 NHL games. Play among legends at betregal.net.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Welcome back, everybody. The Moose is back. This will be a very brief final segment here of the Hour 1, which is brought to you by the Rugby World Sevens. It starts Saturday, tomorrow. 2 8-hour days featuring teams from across the globe and action-packed Rugby Sevens matchups. Party continues in the stands with incredible costumes and unforgettable memories. This sounds to me just like a spectacle. Get your tickets today at canadasevens.com. Proof of full vaccination will be required. Masks will be required, but not in your designated seat. Go have fun up in Edmonton. And FlameTech Football Friday brought to you by FlameTech, locally owned and operated industry leaders in commercial and industrial combustion technology. Brady writes in, Prairie Mobile text line, he says, hello, Rod. Finally found some time in my busy post-secondary education to tune into the show live. Seahawks will be looking to bounce back from their disastrous breakdown. Hopefully the Riders are able to pull off the win tonight against the Lions. And Brady goes on to say something along the lines of breaking news. Rod has taken up permanent residency in the state of Florida. Return date TBD. There you go, Moose. Did you, I don't know, Darren, if you saw the end with Tory there. And we got about 90 seconds for your take on this. An impassioned plea almost from Tory there to the viewers of this show, and Canadians, if you will, I guess. Anybody that has the means to get out and buy CFL tickets and support this league and the players. When I said, what's with the struggling play on the field, he pointed to low attendance. Surprises me a little bit. Interesting plea there from Tory. I don't know if he caught that at all, but if you didn't, that's what he said. What do you think about that?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, excuse me, it is. I mean, the fans play a role. They play a big role, and players get up when they play in front of fans. The intensity rises more so than practice. They will help. When you ask the players, you ask the coaches, the fans, they have an impact for sure. They'll definitely be appreciative, but they say it won't, impact their play on the field, that they're going to play great no matter who's in the stands. But it would help. And it's important for Canadian Football League fans to support their teams if they want this league to thrive. But the players can't wait for fans in the stands to start playing well either. They need to put an entertaining product on the field regardless of who's there, because it's not chicken and egg. The product has to be good before the fans will show up.
I think the league's got to help itself more than anything else, and I appreciate that. That's why I just found it very interesting that Tory would say that. Yeah. Chris Bird in Ontario says every team has supporters. I know the fans in the East get a bad rap for not showing up sometimes, but the true fans are always here. They said the rain was a reason for the sloppy football in Ottawa the other night. Well, listen, I was at Hard Luck Stadium on Sunday for the Dolphins and the Bills, and it pounded rain there. Didn't slow down Josh Allen. There's always going to be somebody with an excuse. Right? Moose will continue this next hour. And the owner of the BC Lions coming up, brought to you by Core Grain right after this break.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Prairie Mobile is your SaskTel authorized dealer. Whether you're looking for talk, text, or data, shared, unlimited, or business plans, Prairie Mobile will help you find the SaskTel wireless plan that's right for you. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right. Capital is Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalgmc.ca to see how we roll and to learn what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's exactly what you'll get when you choose Capital GMC, Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pie. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Hey Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
Buffalo Sabres center Jack Eichel failed his pre-training camp physical and was placed on injured reserve this morning, leaving the two sides no closer to a resolution over how to treat a herniated disc, which has sidelined the player for 6 months. The player has also been stripped of his captaincy. People think because it's the NHL, you must automatically know what you're doing, and Kevin Adams clearly doesn't know what he's doing.
It's sunny Florida with the Rod Pedersen Show.
Oh, it is sunny. I'm under the port here in Dodge City, but it's a beautiful hot day. It's a FlameTech Football Friday. We are live. Game Plus Television, YouTube, and Facebook. And listen live, the audio-only portion at rodpeterson.com. Got a lot of things going on today on this Friday. Friday Night Football. In the CFL, it's a doubleheader. Montreal at Toronto. Sask at BC, as the Moose has joined us again in the bunker in the Queen City. Deb in Toronto writes in. She says, "Hi, Rod and Darren. I'm supporting the Argos tonight, too." And she does a mask emoji. So way to go, Deb. And what I love about her is she's a normal viewer on Game Plus, but I believe today we're preempted, so she's come over. She's come on down to YouTube, Moose, because we got the smoke. Yes. So Deb is in the game. And when I say there's a lot going on today, this is for you, Darren. You're probably aware of this. You're probably keeping one eye on it, but Bryson DeChambeau will make his debut at this Ryder Cup in the afternoon four-ball matches paired with Scotty Schefter. The two will take on John Rahm coming off a win in his morning match, and Tyrrell Hatton. Dustin Johnson will pair with Xander Schauffele against Europe's Paul Casey and Bernd Weisberger, while Tony Finau and Harris English take on Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry. The final four-ball match features Justin Thomas and Patrick Cantlay against Tommy Fleetwood and Victor Hovland. The U.S. took a 3-1 lead after the morning foursomes matches. It moves fast this Ryder Cup, huh?
Oh, yeah. It moves really, really quick. And that's what's so entertaining about it is it's so different than what we're used to. The matches don't even have to go 18 holes. They can be done early. You can concede. You don't have to putt everything out. There's, you're wearing team colors. You're playing as a team. The crowd gets more into it. There's more interaction. It's fun. It's new. It's different than what we're used to week in and week out on the PGA Tour.
So to what people have come here to talk about today, and that is the Canadian Football League. At least I get that sense. Shout out to the BC Lions who have tweeted, Lions owner Amar Doman joins the Rod Pedersen Show this morning at 10:20 Pacific. That is next segment. Amar Doman will be with us. From Mandy in Edmonton, because you're getting all the business questions, Moose. Mandy in Edmonton says, Moose, do you think fan attendance is low because of the long break from CFL and people losing interest as a result? How would you answer that question?
Yeah, and I don't think it's that necessarily I like the CFL any less or that you like the CFL any less. I think other things have crept in and started taking up our time, right? I mean, when there's no CFL all summer last year, I start getting invitations and I start playing golf more on Saturdays and Sundays. And maybe the odd Friday afternoon or late evening or early evening. And that, habit or that routine tradition continues to this year. So now I enjoy playing golf more on Saturday afternoons, which means I'm not in front of my television set or spending money on tickets to go to a CFL game, right? So I think when things can replace your habits, now you got to win those fans back all over again. That's kind of how I would, put it. There's more competition. You start watching more sports. Maybe there's no CFL, so you get into the NFL. Well, now you're an NFL fan. Doesn't mean you're less of a CFL fan, but they have your attention. So now the CFL has to work to bring you back, and it's really, really tough. So I think there's a lot of factors at play. I think money's a factor at play. I do think COVID is a factor with people going to the games. But people still do want to watch. I think the television numbers haven't been really bad. They've been good in some cases, really good. So there's a lot of factors at play.
Listen, I'm going to read this comment. I'm interested in your take. It's Scott watching on YouTube, and he says, Mr. Darren DuPont, he's on a very tight, conscientious business budget. Hence, Darren in a Sask bunker somewhere. Rod, he's a high roller guy, high maintenance. Hence, he's now based in Florida. Here's the thing. Darren's the boss. You're more of a high roller than I am. But I will say this. What the folks in Florida have said, they're like, you have fit in here seamlessly. So I'll be down here for a while. I'm quite excited about that. But Darren would fit in here probably better than I. You see those photos of the yachts and stuff that I'm putting on my social media. One day that'll be Moose's yacht.
That's the plan.
And I'll be scrubbing the deck on it. I would be grateful to scrub the deck on your yacht, Moose.
Scraping the barnacles off the bottom like Keanu Reeves in The Replacements.
Exactly.
There's an old man joke in there about the sun and the heat and the humidity being better on your joints than Saskatchewan's fall and winter, but I won't go that far. No, you're young in Florida, and
use it.
We'll be down there soon, and you're right. I'd fit in there just as good, and for now, I'm here, and we'll just say I'm here because of the Canada West football season kicking off on the weekend, okay? And when we're done with that, then I'll be free and clear to come to Florida.
Well, I was going to come back. I had a scheduled date to do Pat's games, and then I was told my services weren't needed for that specific date. So I'm like, I'm going to stay here longer then. What the hell? Kevin Olenek on YouTube says, Rod and Darren, I appreciate that you're talking CFL. The All Sports station covers 2 markets, and there's no talk about it, and the home team plays tonight. He's talking about TSN Toronto Radio and Sportsnet Vancouver Radio. And the thing is, I don't want to get into, certainly not TSN bashing. Like Scott says, TSN doesn't give a rat's butt about CFL promotion. They're mandated to show Canadian television content per contract. Nothing there about promotional TV commercials. I know people want to talk about that stuff more, but I just don't. Let's talk about the actual games, if you don't mind. And we did cover this an hour ago in the warm-up for Ecole Electric about the Riders and the Lions. And, well, actually, we talked more about the Alouettes and the Argos, and that's VA versus McLeod Bethel Thompson. And actually, let me ask you this, because you're more of a football guy than me. We both love it. But I'm more hockey than football. What is your number one? Is football your number one? What is your number one?
They're so close. It's probably football now. It's always been hockey, but I've been more involved with football lately, so probably football now.
Well, just one more. From Tacona in Winnipeg, he says, the NFL has tons of money to market with. USA does everything bigger and better. Well, you can still market. It doesn't necessarily take money. It takes hard work. Trust me, we do it every single day. But anyways, Mike, the reason I ask, do we place too much focus and importance on quarterbacks? Because when you watch the CFL games, and you don't see this as much from the NFL broadcast, but it's Fajardo versus Riley. Dun, 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 right?
Yeah.
And you look at the stats. Mike Riley's 4-0 this year when he passes for 300 yards or more. Cody Fajardo is 4-0 all-time against the BC Lions. Like, I read those game notes this morning. I said I was uber prepared for this broadcast today, this FlameTech Football Friday. Is there too much emphasis put on quarterbacks? I don't think there is. But how would you answer that?
I agree. I don't think there's too much emphasis put on quarterbacks. Quarterbacks need to have weapons. They need to have players around them. They need to be protected by a good offensive line. They need a defense that can keep the other team off the scoreboard and give them an opportunity to get back on the field. But there's not. I don't know if there's enough emphasis placed on quarterbacks. This is not, yes, it's a team game, but nobody touches the football outside of the center more than the quarterback, right? The center touches the ball every play. The quarterback does almost on every play. But there isn't. The quarterback does everything. The quarterback distributes the football. The quarterback does all the communication in the huddle. The quarterback sets the tone and the tempo for your entire organization. Everything starts and ends with the quarterback. The quarterback is your voice in the media. He's on the newspaper. He is on the front of your tickets. He's on the program. God forbid if you had a program, the quarterback is everything. He's who you hear. He is mom and dad. Quarterback, more so even than the coach, is kind of the organization. So yeah, no, there's not too much emphasis put on the quarterback.
Michael Wynn checking in from Winnipeg. He says, looking sharp. He's watching on the streaming today. I'm actually wearing this shirt today, and I will read why a little later on. Because of the promotion going on in Vancouver tonight between the Riders and the Lions. Both teams are going to be wearing some form of orange on their clothing. Looking forward to that tonight in the reconciliation movement. And every child matters, of course. The general in Calgary says, the truth hurts, Rod. TSN's dropping the ball on promoting the CFL. I don't know. I'm not in those meetings. I don't know if I could agree or disagree with you with that. I think it's the CFL's job. It's 1:11, by the way, Moose. 11:11 if you look up your clock. Everybody make a wish and be aware of what they're thinking about. The door of opportunity is opening for you. I'll have a sip of coffee. I've crushed so much today.
I was going to say.
Anyways, like I say, it is the CFL's job to market itself, but you would think with your broadcast partner, you would work together. But again, these are things that I used to think a lot about, and I don't spend much time thinking about it at all. From Northside YEG in Edmonton, watching on YouTube, he says it's the progression that Vernon Adams shows game to game. Talking about the Montreal-Toronto game tonight, he says he moves around, runs the ball, and is a great interview. Same with Kahari Jones, rooting for them coming out of the East. See, that's the thing, because I see my cousin Christine's watching from Medicine Hat. She's got her thoughts about low attendance, if that's a thing, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the answer is. This is the CFL's job, not ours. But if you were around the Montreal Alouettes, I guess if they showcased their personalities more, Darren.
Yes.
And I guess that is a little bit on the media across this country. I don't know. The Alouettes have put their players on here. The Argos have probably put more players on here than anybody and staff. So that's where I'm thinking the teams are doing their thing. Maybe it is on TSN. I don't know. But if you were around the Alouettes and you got to know the Kaharis and the Vernon Adams and a lot of the other guys on that team, you would love them too because they got chutzpah as well.
Of course. There's nobody better that I've been thinking about lately, and I think about this stuff on a daily basis whenever it comes up. I have an inability to just consume things like the general public or like most people. I'm always looking at it from a business sense or from a branding point of view. But the name that comes to mind is Chad Johnson or Chad Ochocinco, who probably has a bigger brand now than when he played in the National Football League. Now, he was pretty big and outspoken, and you really knew his personality when he played in the National Football League. He was as good as anybody as branding himself. And he made that Cincinnati Bengals team cool. He made those jerseys look cool. But his brand grew so big, and now people want to watch him. And then in turn, they got to know Carson Palmer and wanted to watch him. And they also got to love TJ Houshmandzadeh, and they loved him too. And why would I know who any of those other guys are? I shouldn't. I mean, they were great football players, but it's the Cincinnati Bengals who didn't win anything. But I knew who all of them were because of Chad Johnson. And now I know about his podcast, his betting partners, because he's continued that brand afterwards. And because I got to know him through his social media, you begin to like him, and now you want to follow everything he does and everybody he's associated with. It helps Brandon Marshall's brand grow and Fred Taylor's brand grow, guys he's associated with his show on. So that's what branding can do, and getting to know the people within your organization, because you know the organization is one thing, but it is really the makeup of the collective people inside of it. And we need to know the people inside of it. We need to like the people inside of it. And then we'll want to support the organization.
For the Stamps fans, and several of them are tuned in today, despite the fact their team is on a bye. Jack Fulton says before their game Saturday, the Michigan State Spartans will be honoring former Spartan and Calgary Stampeder Mylan Hicks, who was shot and killed in 2016 after a Stampeders Bombers game. So thank you, Jack, for pointing that out. Rob Swallow watching. He says, every kid in Sask had a Bobby Jurison bandana in the 90s. You need to market your stars. You wore one, Moose.
Oh, yeah.
I know you. I had one. We all had one. We all had one. Dr. Andy Serwer watching on YouTube says, and he thinks he's Jason Sudeikis. You don't think you're Jason Sudeikis. You just look like him, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Some breaking news here before we break. A couple things. The Montreal Canadiens have signed former Winnipeg Jets defenseman Sami Niku to a one-year deal, two-way contract. And I didn't know that this was news, but OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., will make his season debut against the Bears on Sunday. Shoot, that might be the game of the week. Justin Fields starting for the Bears. OBJ's making a season debut for the Browns. There's some great NFL games this weekend. Moose, we'll chat with you in a bit, right?
Sounds good.
All right. Hour 2 of the RP Show is brought to you by Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm. We're broadcasting from Dodge City in beautiful South Florida. You are watching a FlameTech Football Friday on the RP Show on the Game Plus television network across all 10 provinces and 31 states, including Florida, on TDS cable systems. Live streaming on YouTube and Facebook and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
HSBC Canada Sevens is coming to Edmonton for a legendary weekend on and off the field. Commonwealth Stadium, September 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at CanadaSevens.com.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Prairie Mobile is your SaskTel authorized dealer. Whether you're looking for talk, text, or data, shared, unlimited, or business plans, Prairie Mobile will help you find the SaskTel wireless plan that's right for you. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Safety is a primary pillar at Core Green. We have core certification. Our workers are following best practices in the industry for safety. We always want to make sure that our contractors, us here at the shop, and our customers can come to work and go home at the end of every day. Give Core Green Systems a call today.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Capital is Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalgmc.ca to see how we roll and to learn what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's exactly what you'll get when you choose Capital GMC, Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is the RP Show. We are coming to you live from Dodge City in South Florida. It is game day. If I had my cowbell with me, I'd be ringing it. Argos Alouettes from BMO Field. Riders Lions tonight from BC Place Stadium. And I should mention, I'm wearing orange today because in that game in Vancouver tonight, players from both sides will be wearing orange as part of their uniforms in recognition of the first ever National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. The Lions will also hand out orange shirts tonight with a revamped logo done by artist Kareen Hunt. So I'll tell you what, as we bring in the owner of the BC Lions, Amar Doman, and it is our distinct honor to bring on Mr. Doman. We don't get owners every day on here. How you doing, Amar? Welcome to the program.
Hey, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I'm good. But hey, I got so many fun owner-type questions for you. My number one is, what's a game day like for you? You've been owner long enough now that you, I'm sure you still have a little anxiety. What's it like leading up to game time for a guy like yourself?
Well, it's pretty cool when you wake up first thing in the morning and it's the first thing on your mind and you're just totally pumped, excited. I just cannot wait for tonight to happen. This is a big game. They're all big, but I got to tell you, it's such a nice feeling to be part of the CFL and part of the BC Lions right here at home in Vancouver.
Well, my other question, and then I'll get to actual football stuff and maybe some business stuff, is one of our viewers asked that opening, who was it against Edmonton the night they announced your purchase of the team? Was it Lions Elks? What was that? It was. Okay. Some viewers said, what was your night like? What was going on in the owner's suite? Was it a blur? Was it like a wedding, like you were the father of the bride? What was your night like that night?
I think I got to see about 30 seconds of the game, to be honest with you. I was led down to the field to speak to BC Place, which was an honor. That was cool. I was in the TSN sports booth. I was on the radio twice, and then I was meeting a lot of our sponsors and executives. So I was kind of running around, and I barely did see that game, so I'm glad that I PVR'd it. So I watched it the following evening again, kind of in peace. But it was fantastic.
Good. Well, and of course, Edmonton won that game, but the Lions have been on quite a roll since. I was reading the article with Michael Riley talking about the vibe and the energy around that franchise. And I felt it going back to last year, even in the canceled season, because it's all the same pieces, Amar, as you know, for the most part, right? Rick Campbell's there, Neil McAvoy there. What have you sensed around the team that you now own? What's the vibe like in that facility?
Well, the vibe is absolutely unreal right now. And also, just in Vancouver in general, the ownership change, having local here matters. We're out doing some things in the background. But I'll tell you, the excitement at the club level, winning 3 straight now, massive game again tonight. Our defense looks really good. The quarterback situation is solid. I mean, Mike's playing fantastic. There's just a lot of good things going on. And it's been a subtle kind of build here of a really good football team that looks like it's going to do some damage right over the short season. So just kind of quietly, we are getting the job done. And, I think BC Lions are a team you don't want to play right now.
I thought you did a real nice job of telling your story at the announcement of the sale. The media did a nice job of telling your story, but for the benefit, if you don't mind, Amar, of our viewers, and by the way, this show airs on Game Plus television across BC on the TELUS Optic cable network and Alberta as well. I know you grew up as a Lions fan, but you're a business guy per se. What attracted you to this opportunity? Because I understand it goes back a couple of years at least.
Yeah, almost 6 years, trying to pry the team from David was very hard. I mean, Mr. Braley's an icon, a legend. We all miss him dearly. But he didn't want to let the team go. There was a lot of interest in it. And I feel very fortunate that after, some negotiations and sadly after he passed on and worked with his estate, who were fantastic, we got to put this together. But there's nothing that can put into words, owning this franchise means to me and our family, but really for British Columbia. This is for the people of BC. And we've got a lot of work to do to revitalize the team. There's nothing wrong with the product. The CFL is fantastic. So, when you hear the odd naysayer, on social media and whatever, I'm the first one to promote the CFL. We're going to put some rejuvenation into it because the product is excellent. The athletes are first class. The league is first class. Our job is to get out there and promote it. We have an excellent, excellent league, and I'm really fortunate to be part of it.
A viewer, Ron Jones, writes us on Twitter and says, so far, Mr. Doman is backing up the talk. Obviously, there's only so much he can do after the season gets going and during a pandemic. That being said, I'm very encouraged. Well, yeah, winning streak, man. You're the magic touch. And I know you'll laugh at that, but what's the reaction been like amongst the Lions fan base and CFL fans in general? Because as you know, we all kind of are a big family. What's it been like since that initial announcement for you?
It's been great. Even just walking around the streets here, people stop and they'll go, hey, congratulations. I've got a lot of texts and you see things on Twitter. People are buying their season's tickets back. They're giving it another shot. There's now a face to the franchise, and I want to be the cheerleader. The real face, of course, is Rick Campbell, Mike Riley, Rick Lelasher. Those are the guys running the club. For me, giving it a local cheerleading face is my job, and also to invest in the club, invest in the promotion of youth football. We really want to get those activities going again. I think that's been lacking here in BC for a number of years, and no fault to Mr. Braley. It's just, if I was running the Alouettes, it'd be pretty tough for me to get people inspired when I'm sitting in Vancouver. It's just different. And I think the CFL and the BC Lions, more importantly, have been waiting for someone local like myself that has energy, has connections, has passion, and we're bringing that all to the table here, and we're going to work our butt off to make this a successful journey for the next 10, 20, 30 years.
If you made a comment, it was at your introductory news conference or maybe that night on TSN on the broadcast about that the CFL has some work to do in terms of marketing. And believe me, I know they do because I've worked in the league for 20 years. Will you have a role at the league level, do you think, in this regard? Or are you having your hands full enough with the BC Lions that you won't dabble in that? How do you think that'll shake out?
Yeah, I'll let the CFL certainly, run their strategies, but, I'll be on the board of governors. Rick's on there now. I'll be on very, very soon, and I'm participating in the meetings. So I will be involved in that, and, I'll do whatever I can. First of all, just a few, weeks in, I want to listen and learn first before I open my mouth too much. So I really want to make sure that I'm understanding that, a lot of these things that they're working on were long in the making, so I can't just show up and rattle a cage. I want to listen and learn first before we, start to dive into some matters and see what we can do to help.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I mean, that front office staff of the BC Lions, they are a tremendously hardworking crew, and that's and them putting you on the show today. I'm very appreciative of that, Matt Baker. It's a tremendous marketing department there. What do you think it will take? Not with it divulging your secrets here, but Like, I kind of liked what Bobby Ackles did, the Waterboy. I read his book, and I saw it. And I called those games, Amar. You were probably there with 55,000 fans for regular season games between the Riders and the Lions. And I was like, right, you were there? I mean, there are those that say those days will never come back, and I just can't go along with that. You're a Vancouver guy. Do you think we could see those days again? And what would it take?
Yeah, 55 is a big number, I think, for almost anything nowadays. And there's a lot of different choices for entertainment that, weren't there back, say, 20 years ago or 25 years ago. But our job is to try and, earn each fan and really get into that youth fan base. And it's going to take time. It would be nice to get there. But there's a couple of things, too, that have been a bit broken. The pricing strategies are difficult. I'm going to try to help with that over time. Concessions are tough. And, we've got to make sure that it's affordable for families, not just corporate guys going in and having suites. We want to make sure that we've got families coming to the games and they can afford and really enjoy coming to watch football. But we're really after the youth. And to me, that's going to take us years to try and get that base built back up. But I know how to promote, and I can really help that. And both of my boys are playing football. I've been meeting with some of the local coaches and already just, hearing ideas, and I'm listening and I'm learning. How can I invest? Can we give pads out? Can we give out shirts, jerseys, a bunch of different things that we can really help turn this province back orange and black? And I'm talking about all over the province, not just in the Lower Mainland. It's the British Columbia Lions. It's not the Vancouver Lions. So I want to make sure that we're spreading that word everywhere. And it's going to just take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort. We do have a great front office, as you mentioned. So we've got the pieces in place. We just got to get to work at it and not expect quick results. We're not going to get back to 55,000 anytime soon. Right now, we're at this 50% capacity, but it's pretty special. We keep selling out already, even at 50%. You got to love that. I mean, there's people looking for tickets today and they can't get in. Breaks my heart that we're only at 50% and you've got to show a passport, but we've got to abide by the health rules, number one. But if we can get that up to 75 or 100%, I think you're going to see some pretty good crowds here in Vancouver. And I do my best to get it going here, even in this short season.
Yeah, well, a sellout's a sellout. So congratulations on that, capacity or not. By the way, one of those wonderful staff members, and I'm not just kissing your butt here. Like, the Lions game night atmosphere is one of the best in pro football. I've always said that. You're not taking over scorched earth here. You know that. There's some great building blocks in place with the BC Lions. Matt Baker, your outstanding communications director and host at BCLions.com, has written in and says, Amar, remind them, no watermelons tonight. Do we have a ban on the green and pink fruit tonight?
I'm hoping that we can not allow anyone in that's wearing green. I know that hurts you personally, but you know what? I'll tell you, it's just an orange night. We're so proud of Truth and Reconciliation as well. And that logo that was done, as you were talking about, Kareen Hunt, I mean, it's gone crazy. And I know that our great marketing team is going to do some things with that. People want to know where they can get it. They want to see it on mugs. I mean, this has gone kind of crazy here, and out of something that, we're really trying to pay respect. And at the same time, we've got this natural Lions promotion on that logo, which could be really special to help, more awareness, first of all, for the cause of Truth and Reconciliation, but second of all, for the BC Lions. So that orange deal tonight is going to be huge, and we're going to run with that and really make hay while the sun's shining.
Lastly, am I correct in saying that you amassed your fortune in lumber and construction? Did I read that right?
Yeah, I was born into a forest products family on Vancouver Island, and that's how I got my start with my family and kind of learned the business growing up and really worked hard at it. Started on my own after high school, and it's just been, we've been grateful. We've been working hard at it. You create your own luck, frankly.
Yeah, the reason I ask is, do you see any similarities between the sports business and pro football and that market versus what you spent your whole life in? Is there any transferable concepts? Because I've spent my whole life in sports. I wouldn't really know. And I've often thought they're separate things. Or are there some transferable concepts, like I said?
I think there's some transferable concepts when it comes to marketing, but it comes to, forward investing. Obviously, the hard work's there. Look, the team is fantastic. There's nothing wrong there. There has to be some investment. There has to be some awareness to get more people back involved. But I think your point earlier, look, there's nothing broken here. There's nothing bad about the BC Lions, the CFL, the rest of the clubs. There's nothing bad about it. We just need to get more excitement around it. And, we're in a big building. There's just some challenges that we're facing. But to take our business, expertise and work with the Lions and their marketing and the president and everybody there. This is a nice mesh because we're not afraid to invest forward for a payback later, and we're very long-term thinkers. So we're pretty excited about what's happening here and the opportunity over the next number of years. And again, no quick fix to anything, but to me, there's nothing really broken. We just need to assist it and, really handle this boat in the right way that's been kind of floating a little bit out to shore and, from shore, I should say. But there's nothing really wrong here. We're going to be just fine.
Well, you see it exactly the same way I do. And it looks like, well, there's no doubt the team is in tremendous hands. Amar, thanks for this. Good luck tonight, and I hope we can do it again soon. I appreciate you finding some time for us on a game day.
Hey, listen, great to be here. We'll see you again, and go Lions tonight. It's going to be a hell of a game.
You bet. Thanks, sir. Amar Doman, the owner of the BC Lions, joining us from Vancouver tonight, is the second of a CFL doubleheader tonight. The melon-head-wearing Saskatchewan Roughriders against the BC Lions. From some of our viewers from Tacona, Powley, and Winnipeg. Smart man who's down to earth. Great owner. Best of luck with the Lions, from Derek Cousins on Twitter. I don't know anything about Mr. Doman, but it's easy to see he has passion for the CFL, and it's good to see. Dun, 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 dun. From EGA on YouTube, BC Lions owner, well-spoken gent. From Wayne Grollo, I love what Mr. Doman is saying. I wish him luck with the Lions. Sorry, but I won't be cheering for the Lions tonight since I'm a Ryder fan. LOL. He really shook things up. Amar Doman. Where's this comment from Jack Fulton? And then we're going to roll. Here it is, Jack in Vulcan, Alberta. Rod, you look extremely comfortable in Florida. With remote programming, maybe you would consider a move to the Sunshine State. Coming back to Sask to visit once in a while.
How about that?
We'll have to think about that, Jack. How about that?
Bob's your uncle.
I don't know what to say about that. Look, I'm going to break because it's that time. And Moose will be in next. I'll do the sports update and viewer takeover probably. Let's get it rolling the rest of the way. It is a FlameTech Football Friday. Yes, here in the cushy environs of Dodge City, Florida, where I'm more than happy to sit back and watch these sports games and come on here every day, 12 to 2 Eastern, and entertain you with my zany and wacky viewpoints on things. You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus Television Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Experts in all residential and commercial plumbing services, and proudly serving Regina and area since 1978. Bronco Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We'll treat you right.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop staffed by PGA of Canada professionals is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
In the heat of the summer, familiar sound is a sound. Feel in the air, it's the best thing anywhere. Just give me back my game. 'Cause I live for the drama, I live for the emotion. No one can take me down, bring me back my football.
BetRegal.net, exclusive sports gaming partner of the CFL.
Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Peterson Show.
Welcome back, everybody. We are live on a FlameTech Football Friday. Moose is back, and just before we bring him back in, Morgan has written, and for those that follow our social media channels on Instagram at The Rod Peterson Show or Twitter at Rod Peterson Show, you'll know Morgan is the brains behind the outfit, and Morgan texting me today that she wanted me to mention, Moose, that we have a winner. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner on the Bet Regal contest for free tickets to a free premier tickets to a game of your choice in the Canadian Football League. Do you know who the winner is, Moose? I have it here, but do you know?
I don't.
Is Moose in the bunker, by the way?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know.
You don't know who it is?
This is news to me.
Good. What city do you think the winner comes from? You have a 1 in 9 chance.
Okay, it's
They're
a
from
CFL market.
Well, they've chosen. Yeah, it's a CFL market. It's where do you think they chose?
I want to say. I'm going to go with the numbers, okay? Winnipeg.
Well, now that I look at this, the winner, by the way, is Kyle Bodner. How about that?
How about that?
And he has chosen premier tickets to the Edmonton versus Lions game, Morgan says. But now that I look at that, it doesn't say whether it's in Edmonton or Vancouver. So, yeah, it's either Edmonton or Vancouver. Either way,
okay.
You blew it.
I did blow it. Hey, we got such a big fan base now in Winnipeg. I went with the odds, okay? I played the odds and I lost.
I got you. No, it's good. It's good. You got Winnipeg on your mind because you're heading there right after the show today. Listen,
That's right.
I get it. And just before I'll come back to you, Moose. No, I'll do this now, and I'll do a sports update at the end of the segment. That Amar Doman is a guy that I could spend some time with.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is a cool cat. And it's interesting what he said, that it's going to take years for the CFL to get back to where it is. Like, I'm sitting there yesterday. I went back and watched some clips of the show. You and I talked about what's the CFL missing right now in terms of big plays and the excitement and blah, blah, blah. But it's bigger than that, this ticket selling thing. And what did, Tory Gurley, I said, what are we going to take to have more exciting games? He's like, buy tickets. Get more excitement in the stands. At least Amar isn't trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. And he's like, this is going to take years. Doesn't it seem like he gets it?
He gets it. And that's what you need in an owner. And that's what you need in people inside the organization. You need to have patience, right? Patience. You need to work fast in the short term, but have long-term patience. And he seems to have it. to understand that this is going to take a long time. You know, we want our show to reach 1 million, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 million people every day. It's not going to happen on day one. It's going to take time. You know, we would have loved, looking now, it would have been great if we were starting the show in Florida. But it takes time. Things have to grow, and you have to do things the right way. Lay the foundation, lay the brickwork. And if he understands that, I think that's really great, because you can then, if you have the patience, it'll allow you to invest in all of the little things, going to the schools, reaching out to the communities, putting in the work that won't yield immediate results, but it will lay the groundwork for real long-term success. And I think that's what a lot of people, a lot of businesses are missing, especially, you know, whether it's on social media, in day-to-day life. You want to have those results right away, and if you don't get them, you quit, right? You have to work at it, do all the things that are going to benefit you long-term. He seems like the right guy for the job.
By the way, Morgan is watching, and she says that Kyle is from Edmonton, but he's chosen game tickets to the game in Vancouver between the Lions and the Elks.
Smart guy.
So he's like, right, he got the free tickets in BC Place, and then he's going to pay his own way to get there. I love it. I love it. Yeah. That's the thing. I've often said this. Nobody's going to dispute that the CFL isn't a tremendous product. It's a tremendous product, you know, potentially the most exciting brand of football on earth right now. But right now, the games aren't. That is a different discussion than the marketing end of it. That's but right. I've often said many times, I've said it to you. If you got a great product and people don't know about it, that's on you. Right? If the CFL has a great product and not enough people know about it, that's on them. And whether you want to blame TSN or ESPN or whatever, that's another story. I'm going to do a sports update here before we move on. McLeod Bethel-Thompson's expected to start at quarterback for the Toronto Argonauts tonight against visiting Montreal. The visiting Owls are 2 points behind the Argos in the East Division standings. Toronto 2 points behind first place Hamilton. Saskatchewan visits BC in the late game. Both clubs are 4 points behind first place Winnipeg in the West. Now, having said that, I guess TSN could do a little more in terms of pregame promotion because all their programming all afternoon is American-based. So that part I get. My mind's going back and forth here as I read the sports update. Blue Jays manager Charlie Montoyo returns to the dugout tonight in Minnesota after serving a one-game suspension. Major League Baseball also issued a three-game ban to Toronto reliever Ryan Baraki for hitting Tampa's Kevin Kiermaier with a pitch the other night. Baraki is appealing. Toronto dropped the opener last night, 7-2. American League East rivals will square off tonight in Boston. The Red Sox will take on New York in a potential wild card game preview. Boston holds the first wild card spot in a tight race involving several teams. The Yankees hold the second wild card spot, 2 games behind the Red Sox, 1 up on the Jays. New York Rangers saying they'll honor the late Rod Gilbert by wearing a patch featuring his number 7 on their jerseys this season. Players will also wear white Gilbert jerseys for pregame warm-ups prior to the home opener on October 14th. Gilbert died last month at the age of 80. The sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis, and for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, now with 8 amazing flavors, including the new almond mocha. Order yours now at G2Gbars.ca. One more segment, overtime. Next, get all your comments in. We'll address them all when we return. It is a FlameTech Football Friday, and you are watching here on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour streaming and sports radio at rodpeterson.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
HSBC Canada Sevens is coming to Edmonton for a legendary weekend on and off the field. Commonwealth Stadium, September 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at canadasevens.com.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Prairie Mobile is your SaskTel authorized dealer. Whether you're looking for talk, text, or data, shared, unlimited, or business plans, Prairie Mobile will help you find the SaskTel wireless plan that's right for you. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
HSBC Canada Sevens is coming to Edmonton for a legendary weekend on and off the field. Commonwealth Stadium, September 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at canadasevens.com.
At Core Grain, we strive to be the most qualified grain storage and grain conditioning experts in Canada. Visit us today at coregrain.ca. Core Grain, doing the right thing for your farm.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Capital is Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalfordlincoln.com to see how we roll and to learn about what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's what you get when you choose Capital Ford Lincoln, Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Ryder Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Heading into the weekend, it is overtime. Brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace. You're home for the UFC and the Seattle Kraken fan club. And we've got the Moose with us. Thanks, Moose, for sticking through that break there. And we got some interesting comments from our viewers. Let's dive into those, if you don't mind. From the CFL hobo, Jason in Hamilton says, "Good job, Rod. Can't wait. CFL football doubleheader. Yes." From Jason in Hamilton. Chris Bird in Toronto, or King City, Ontario. What do you got? What do you got?
On Jason, just a quick note. You got a package waiting for you when you get back from him.
Nice package.
From the CFL hobo.
He sent one for you, too,
okay,
by the way.
Great.
It's on its way, which he told me. Chris in King City, Ontario says, "If you tailgate enough, all football games are good." LOL. And that reminds me at the Dolphins game on Sunday. I'm like, these people are shittered. We're not on television today. So I'm like, listen, I'm the last guy to cast judgment on anybody for drinking too much, but I was like, oh my God, what time did you start, dude? What?
No, it's great. I get it for sure. You go to a tailgate, it's like, did you start at like 7? You woke up like this? Like, yeah.
Right.
They love it.
Are you still going from last night? By the way, your hair's getting a little long. Are you going for a look, or are you going to get a haircut soon, or what's your
No, I'm due for another one. I got a little trim in Calgary, but I don't think it was enough. So we'll be due for a little shortened trim here in the next couple of weeks. Not growing it out again. I've seen the videos in the theater. My hair is long. I don't know why I let it go like that. It's not happening again.
I thought it looked okay. Who's the guy from Eastbound and Down? You kind of look like that guy.
I can't think of the name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Somebody tell me with the big low. From Donald Mitchell. Bills games. I hear the tailgating is off the charts. Nuts. All NFL games. All NFL games. The tailgating is off the charts. I mean, I started really going to NFL games in earnest about a decade ago. And that's where I realized it was in Tampa, I think, where I first said, every game is like a Grey Cup.
Yeah.
Every game. And I guess we could sit here and talk about, the NFL has the money to market and the CFL doesn't. That was the thing that I was so impressed about with Amar Doman. The dude gets it. He knows that you just can't throw money at the problem. Our politicians want to throw money at some problem in societies. Some are coming to mind that I won't mention. Money's not going to fix everything because the CFL doesn't have enough money. Doesn't have any. From Jeff, the Stamps fan, says, does Rod ever put on the Speedo and use that pool? Well, it is Friday. I mean, I think people got to understand. Oh, we got picks? Okay, that's coming up. That's the thing. I'm heading into the weekend here. I don't have anything to do till Monday. I guess I'm going to the Panthers and the Predators come Sunday, but you're on the road, you're calling games, and that's awesome. But I think people are starting to zero in on me sitting by the pool in Florida and talking sports every day for 2 hours is kind of a life that I could settle into real well.
What would be the odds? What would Bet Regal set the odds of that the cannonball happening at the end of the show?
Maybe later.
Yeah, okay.
We got a long time for that to happen, by the way. Not today, but in the days ahead. NFL games, Week 3, Moose, you have made your picks for BetRegal.net. We have some intriguing games. I'm interested to see if I know that they're going to put the graphics up and probably take me off. What are your picks this weekend in the National Football League?
Yeah, I got 3 picks. I stayed away from the Rams and the Buccaneers game. In that game, it's a coin toss. I can see both teams finding paths to victory. I think Tampa will win that football game. But here's the games I'm picking. Miami and Vegas, I don't know. 4 points doesn't seem like a lot, but I can see. I think Vegas is going to win this game. I think they're going to win this game by at least a touchdown. So I've got Las Vegas to beat Miami. I've got Green Bay on the road to upset San Francisco. I think this is very generous for San Francisco, who are a good football team. But this is going to be their first real test of the season for San Francisco. And whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, whether Trey Lance gets an opportunity, they do have a good defense. They are at home. But Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers showed, especially in the second half against Detroit, what kind of football team they are and that they are for real. You're giving me Green Bay and 3 points. I'm taking the Packers all day long. And I've got Buffalo over Washington. I think the Bills have kind of found their feet a little bit. I think Josh Allen's a little more composed. It's in Buffalo. That's a tough place to play. And Washington's defense is not as good as we're making them out to be. They're not the Washington football team defense that we've known for the last couple of seasons. They're just not. Buffalo's favored by 7 for a reason, and I think they win. So there you go. And as an educational standpoint, I've been doing some reading and I've been talking with Nelson quite a bit about what some of these numbers mean and what minus 107, minus 103, minus 117 means. Minus 107 means you need to risk $107 to win 100. Meaning, if you bet $107, you will win $207. And at the bottom, Nelson's prop pick of the week. That's our content creator. He is more into this, and he's very on gambling. He says DK Metcalf will have over 75.5 yards this week for the Seattle Seahawks. So DK Metcalf over 75.5 yards. That's our prop bet on BetRegal.net and their free play sportsbook.
He had 56 yards last week, by the way, DK Metcalf, and now lost to the Tennessee Titans, just so you know. So for me, I'm taking the under on that prop bet.
I like
From Is it the general? Somebody said, what are the big college games this weekend? No, it's Tacona Pally. We didn't even get into that. We did talk Canada West football earlier. You're welcome. But all that matters is the Alabama Crimson Tide got Southern Mississippi in there in Tuscaloosa, 7:30 p.m. primetime football Saturday night. Have you looked up what Michigan's got? Because you're a busy guy. Do you know what your Wolverines have?
I'm pulling it up right now. They've got Rutgers. Michigan's ranked number 19. I'm just going to pull up some of the I got some of the big games here. Notre Dame, 12th ranked Notre Dame is taking on number 18 Wisconsin. Number 6 Penn State's home to Villanova. Georgia's got Vanderbilt. Any other rank? Texas A&M, number 7 against number 16 Arkansas. Florida's got Tennessee. The Florida Gators have Tennessee. Ohio State's got Archon. And Oregon, number 3 in the country, is home to Arizona this weekend.
How about that? Well, there's our impassioned plea to sign up at betregal.net for the free play sportsbook. Randolph Zora writes in, he says, betting is a slippery slope, people. Trust me on this. Randolph, you do you, we'll do us. With betregal.net, we ask people to sign up for the free sportsbook. It doesn't even involve money. You can bet Regal points, $1,000 a month in your account. It's fantastic. Everybody chiming in with their have a nice weekend. Chris Bird in Ontario, CFL Hobo saying that. Brett Thompson, big football night tonight, doubleheader on TSN. The Alouettes at the Argos, BC Lions home to the Saskatchewan Roughriders. We'll be back here on Monday, and holy smokes, will we have a lot of stuff to talk about by then. As I was looking at my Score app, and my gosh, where would we be without that? In life, the Score app, we got 2 NHL preseason games on Saturday night, including the Habs and your Leafs.
That's right.
Moose. And then I'll be reviewing the Panthers and the Predators doubleheader on Sunday. I'll be talking about that on Monday from here in Florida, where I'm going to be staying for a while. Any last comments from you in less than a minute?
No, looking forward to what's going to be a great weekend. I'll try and dabble in a little college football. We got the Canada West, the CFL, of course, and then the big NFL Sunday. So have a great weekend in Florida, my man.
Thank you so much. What do you got, Clark? Oh, the business of the week? Yeah, let's do that. The MySAS 411 business of the week. We got time to do that. I keep hearing about this place, and I haven't made it yet, so I'm going to the second I get home. Beek's Chicken in Regina is our MySAS 411 business of the week. Initially, Beek's Chicken was a food truck back in 2013. But by 2018, they opened a restaurant from there on out. Owner Paul Rogers and his staff serve various chicken meals, plus mac and cheese and delicious donuts for dessert. Find them on MySask 411 today. And the reason that I say why I was smiling when I read that, my friend Abby, and you know him, Dupes. Abby's Beek's Chicken. You haven't tried it yet? Beek's Chicken. You got to try Beek's Chicken. They're our business of the week for MySask 411. MySask 411, download it right now. It's a phone book in your hand. I have it on my favorites. It's all you need as we connect people to businesses and businesses to people all across the province. MySask 411, business of the week, Beek's Chicken in Regina. We'll see you Monday. That is it. Everybody, we gone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday at noon Eastern here on Game Plus TV.
He felt sorry for Mike Riley last night. Walking off the field, he looked so disappointed.
The show's over, Lynch.
And hurt. Oh, is it? Okay.
Stop talking football.